Welcome to our channel. Today we will be discussing The Hidden Life of Trees written by Peter Wohlleben. This book delves into the complex and interconnected world of trees, revealing their abilities to communicate, care for their young, and adapt to the environment. We will be covering topics such as the underground fungal networks that help trees to share resources, the different relationships that trees have with other species, and how they cope with stress and injury. We will also examine the impact of human activity on the natural world and the importance of conservation efforts. Join us as we explore the fascinating and often surprising world of trees and the role they play in our ecosystem. In the first chapter, the author introduces the idea that trees are not just individual organisms, but rather part of a larger interconnected network that helps them survive and thrive. He describes how trees communicate with each other and share resources through underground fungal networks. In the second chapter, the author delves into the topic of how trees care for their young and ensure the survival of their species. He explores the ways in which trees protect and nourish their offspring, and how they adapt to the environment. In the third chapter, the author examines the different relationships that trees have with other species, including insects, fungi, and animals. He describes how these relationships are mutually beneficial and help to sustain the ecosystem. In the fourth chapter, the author looks at the various ways in which trees cope with stress and injury. He explains how trees can heal themselves and adapt to changing conditions, and how they can even cooperate with other trees to protect themselves from disease and pests. In the fifth chapter, the author explores the impact of human activity on the natural world, including deforestation and the effects of pollution. He also discusses the importance of reforestation and the role of conservation in protecting the world's forests. In the sixth chapter, the author goes deeper into the connections and communication between trees. He explains how they can warn each other of pests and diseases, how they share nutrients, and how they can even help each other with photosynthesis. In the seventh chapter, he talks about the importance of old trees and the role they play in the forest ecosystem. He also mentions the dangers of clear-cutting and the impact it has on the forest and its inhabitants. In the eighth chapter, the author discusses the role of fungi in the forest and how it helps trees to survive and thrive. He explains the symbiotic relationship between trees and fungi and how they help each other to access nutrients and water. In the ninth chapter, the author talks about the importance of deadwood in the forest ecosystem. He explains how deadwood provides habitat for many species and how it helps to recycle nutrients back into the ecosystem. In the 10th chapter, the author delves into the topic of how different species of trees have evolved to survive in different environments. He explains how trees have adapted to different climates, soil types, and even to different levels of sunlight. In the 11th chapter, the author discusses the topic of forest management and how it can be done in a sustainable way. He explains the importance of preserving natural processes and how human intervention can help to maintain the health of the forest. In the final chapter, the author summarizes the main points of the book and encourages readers to think differently about trees and the forest. He suggests that understanding the hidden life of trees can help us to better appreciate and protect the natural world. In conclusion, The Hidden Life of Trees is a fascinating and eye-opening book that challenges our perceptions of these seemingly static organisms. Through exploring the complex and interconnected world of trees, the author reveals their abilities to communicate, care for their young, and adapt to the environment. One of the most important takeaways from the book is the understanding of how connected everything in nature is, and how everything plays a role in the ecosystem. Another key takeaway is the importance of conservation and protecting the natural world for future generations. One of the philosophical takeaways from the book The Hidden Life of Trees is the understanding that trees, like all living things, are interconnected and dependent on each other for survival. The book illustrates how everything in nature is connected and how one organism's well-being is linked to the well-being of the whole ecosystem. It also highlights the idea that the trees are not just passive organisms but active players in the ecosystem and the way they communicate, share resources, and protect each other. It's not that different from human society. Another philosophical takeaway is the reminder of our interconnectedness with the natural world. The book illustrates how human actions can have a profound impact on the environment and how we are all connected to the earth and its inhabitants. The author's message is a call to rethink our relationship with nature and to take greater responsibility for the preservation of the natural world. Finally, the book also reminds us that there is a hidden complexity in the natural world that we are yet to discover, and the more we learn about it, the more we can appreciate the beauty and wonder of the world around us. We hope that this video has given you a greater appreciation for the hidden life of trees and the role they play in our world. Thanks for watching, and make sure to subscribe for more informative content like this.